The Nations Championship is here, the first ever Nations Championship tournament for 2026, and in this video I'm going to be giving my preview for the Springboks' first 3 rounds in the Nations Championship, the games coming up, the key players to watch, as well as going over the squad and just a few hot takes I might have on the team. So before we do get into it, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I appreciate all the support, and there's going to be a lot more content coming out soon. I mean, player ratings, match previews, match reactions, and predicted lineups as well. There's going to be a lot more for every single team in the Nations Championship. So if you do enjoy that content, hit the subscribe button and stick around because it's going to be absolutely awesome. But let's go through the team quickly. I mean, it's a very, very good squad selected. So for the props, they've gone for Thomas du Toit, Wilco Louw, Ntuthoko Mchunu, Oxenchair, Zachary Porten, Carlos Sadi, Gerard Steenkamp, Bohan Venter, Hookers, Johan Grobelaar, Malcolm Marx, Andre Hugo Venter, Locks, Lodi Jager, Eben Etzebeth, Ruan Nortje, Ruben van Heerden. Very glad to see Ruben van Heerden there. He was awesome for the Stormers this year. Loose forwards is Paul de Villiers, Ben Jason Dixon, Cameron Hanekom, Siya Khaleesi, Evan Roos, Vincent Chichuka, who's also been awesome for the Sharks this year, Jasper Wiese, and then utility forwards, Pieter-Steph du Toit, Franco Mostert, Riley Norton, Marco van Staden, Jan-Hendrik Wessels, and Kobus Wiese. Wow, that forward pack, that is absolutely incredible. But we'll get into that more after the whole team. Scrum halves, Ambrose Papier, Herschel Jantjies, Kobus Reinach, Grant Williams. Fly halves, Mani Lebok, Andre Pollard, Vusi Moyo, under 20 Vusi Moyo, and centers Damien de Alindi, Andre Esterhuizen, Jesse Kriel, and then outside and utility backs, Kurtley Arendse, Apelele Fassi, Kewan Horn, Cheslin Colby, Kanan Moody, Edward van der Merwe, Jaco Williams, and Damian Willemse. So just off the outset there, some guys that you wouldn't normally see, Carlos Sadi as well, Zachary Porten, Ntuthoko Mchunu I think will become a regular now as well, Andre Hugo Venter, Riley Norton, Ruben van Heerden, Vincent Chichuka, Evan Roos gets a nod as well, Paul de Villiers, Marco van Staden's been awesome this year, Herschel Jantjies, Ambrose Papier, Vusi Moyo. Then in the backline you have guys like Kewan Horn as well, and then obviously Jaco Williams as well. So there's a lot of new faces in the squad, which I think is going to make it extremely exciting going forward. But what is the goal with the Nations Championship? What is it? Why do I like it? Why do I think this is going to be one of the best rugby competitions in the world? Well, first of all, as a Springbok fan, I love it when the countries do come for the 3-match series. I absolutely love it. But I have to say, I love the end of the year tour more. For me personally, I've always enjoyed the November internationals more than the July internationals. I love the prospect of teams playing against a different team every single week and it being a really good international team. We're playing a different team every single week as well. I mean, game 1, England, after they've just had a phenomenal game against France in the Six Nations. Second game, Scotland, who demolished France and has a really good team. Third game, Wales, where we might be able to try a few things out, but they've been getting so much better. I've been watching so much more of the Six Nations rugby as well. I've been seeing Wales have been getting a lot better, and I think they will give us a really good test as well, and it will be good for them as well. Remember, they are our respected rivals. We have to respect them, and I think we will, and I think they will give us a very good test as well. So for me, I think the goal with the Nation Championship, 3 from 3 wins, that's a negotiable. I said the same thing for the All Blacks as well. For the All Blacks, for the Springboks, it's a non-negotiable. You have to win those games. You have to be undefeated because that is the standard set as the #1 team in the world currently. But also, getting those youngsters in, getting those inexperienced guys in, like a Carlos Sadi, giving him some more game time, a Zachary Porten, but not all together, giving them separated game time. That's the one thing I really do enjoy about the Springboks, how they manage the players is, you'll have this whole strongest team out. You'll think this is the strongest team possible, but then you'll have a sneaky Vusi Moyo at 10, or with a Zachary Porten on the bench, or with a different guy starting as well. Like, you have the entire normal team, except you'd probably have Paul de Villiers in there somewhere on the bench as well, but you'd think it's the strongest team possible. But those are inexperienced guys that are just coming into the squad will learn such valuable lessons, will get such good experience being surrounded by those incredible players in the strongest team environment as well, because these guys like a Paul de Villiers, Evan Roos, who's had an awesome season, Cameron Hanekom, Vusi Moyo, Riley Norton, Carlos Sadi, and Ntuthoko Mchunu can actually play themselves into the team on a regular basis. And I've said it before, Ntuthoko Mchunu is for me gonna be the guy coming off the bench causing absolute havoc this year, like we've seen for the Stormers. He is explosive, he's quick, he doesn't take a step back, he's one of the best props currently in the world in my opinion, especially as a ball carrier, probably is the best ball carrying prop in the world. Then you have guys starting like a Thomas du Toit and a Wilco Louw. And Ntuthoko Mchunu and those guys can just get better being surrounded by those guys. So I think this squad selected, I am so excited about. The likes of a Riley Norton as well. Of course, they aren't going to the Under-20 World Cup, which I think is a shame for that team, but it's not a shame for them. They are selected for the squad because they are actually going to be a part of the squad. They're going to get some game time. Whether Riley Norton gets game time at lock or not, I'm not too sure. I think based on the loose forwards we have selected, Chuchuka, Ben Jason Dixon, Evan Roos, Hanekom, Jasper, Peter Stefan, all those guys, I am sure that Riley Norton will play in the lock position, because right now, if you look at the locks, they're all older guys. Eben Etzebeth, who's been pretty poor recently for the Springboks. He's not been good for a while for us. He hasn't been at his best at all. The Enforcer, I haven't seen the Enforcer for a while. I really want to see that again from him. Louis Diocha has been on and off with injury, but he is an older guy as well. Erges Neyman's injured. There's no JJ van der Mescht as well, so it's not the youngest group of forwards. Ruan Nortje probably is the one guy there that I think will be the number one on the team sheet for those locks as well. So there's a lot to kind of unpack, a lot of guys that need to get opportunities, but that has to be done while maintaining that winning record. So I think that is the goal from the Nations Championship. Now I'll just go through some of the games. Our first game against England, that's going to be an absolutely awesome game. We all know England on their day can beat anyone. They've given us as South Africa trouble many times before. That is a bit of a heated rivalry, also a respected rivalry. I think the fans don't respect each other, but the players definitely do. We know what we're going to get from them. England are going to come here to South Africa, and think they are going to win. That's how they play. That's how they are. That's why they are one of the better teams on their day as well. That's why they made the semi-final of the World Cup last year, 2023. So they are a good squad. That's going to be an absolutely awesome electric game and an electric atmosphere as well, followed up by a really good informed Scotland team that had a few poor performances in the Six Nations, but it was kind of clouded out by the incredible performance of that game against England and against France as well. So they're a team that can beat. They've beaten some big teams before. They haven't beaten the All Blacks or the Springboks in a while, but they've beaten some really big teams before. So they are coming to try to take a Springbok scalp on the way as well. Then of course the final game, Wales, as I've mentioned before, they will give us a good test. I do expect a guy like Vusi Moyo to start that game. I maybe expect a guy like Riley Norton to captain that game even. But I don't think it's going to be a really big amount of changes in that team. We've learned our lesson before. Remember what happened in Bloemfontein a few years ago when we played all those changes against Wales. We got taught a very big lesson and we got absolutely humbled because we thought we could beat them, but we got beaten for the first time ever in South Africa by Wales. So that was a tough one to take, and I think the South African team has learned the lesson to not do that again. But this is a really good squad. I cannot wait for it. I'm so excited. So I'm just going to go over every single position and say who I think will be the number one for those guys in their positions. So of course for me, number one, it will be Oxenchair. From the props, I think the one guy that will be the first guy on the team sheet will be Oxenchair and Thomas du Toit. Hooker, Malcolm Marx. Lock for me, the first guy on the team sheet, Ruan Nortje. Loose forwards, Siya Kolisi, Jasper Wiese and Peter Steph du Toit. I think those guys will be the guys going forward. Number 9, I think it will be Grant Williams. Number 10 for me, I think it will be Manie Lebok. The first guy I would have on the team sheet for centre, whether it's starting lineup or bench, is Andre Esterhuizen. I think he will be a hybrid, but I think he is the one guy that has to be in the team from that centre group. And of course, in the back line, in the back 3, I think it's going to be Cheslin Colby, the number 1 guy on the team sheet as well. So I will be giving out my predictions for the predicted lineup for that England game coming up later this week, probably Wednesday or Thursday. So if you guys do enjoy the content, stick around, hit the subscribe button. There's going to be a lot more content coming out. That was just me giving a little bit of a hint to who I think they might play, but there's still a whole predicted 23 coming out this week. So if you like their content, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.